Hey guys, this is Irie Starcraft, and I am going to be casting one more 2v2 match, this one on Monolith Ridge tonight. I was going to be done because I do have a final exam tomorrow morning, but I think I've studied about as much as I can and I am prepared for the test, so I figured why the hell not. I'll go ahead and cast another game. Last few I've done have been from Legends pack that he sent me, but I am going to switch it up on you and go back to the ProTech Pro Pack. And this is going to be a semi-old game. It's still version 1.1, but it's I think at least like a month and a half or so old. You know it's not that old because you can see on the production tab it does show the little bars of completion, which was an add-on with the 1.1 version. So this is going to be a game with ProTech, and he is going to be on Terran this time, the Teal Terran. And interesting placement of the supply depot right there in his mineral line. Probably going to, just in case there is any kind of early pressure, he can sort of use that to advantage to box units out of his mineral line. But his partner is going to be SkyQ, and he is also going to be on Terran, the purple Terran. I haven't seen any games with SkyQ, but I do recognize the name Sky, because Sky is a very high, I think a very high 2v2 player. So anyway, yeah, it looks like Sublime already has this probe in Sky's base and gonna annoy the crap out of that SCV, forcing Sky to take an SCV off the line to ward that off. But yeah, their opponents are going to be Sorcery, who we've seen play a bunch of times. This time he will be on Terran, the red Terran, and his partner is going to be Sublime, the blue Protoss, getting his gas and his gateway, which is rallied over here. I don't think there's any particular reason, maybe. But yeah, this is a very formidable team, though. They have lost every game that I've cast so far, even though they're great players. It just so happens that the packs that I have are all of wins, I believe, from ProTech and Legends. So anyway, as we get underway in this game, I just wanted to mention that I think I heard in the new version, in the new patch, the 1.2 patch that is going to be coming out, there will be a chat system finally in StarCraft. There will finally be a chat system, because man, it has been lonely on StarCraft. Don't you guys think? I mean, you go on, you can't talk to any random people. I thought one of the coolest things about Brood War, I know it got out of hand sometimes, but one of the coolest things was that you could just log on and it would throw you into a chat room, and you could, you know, if you just played a great game, you could gloat, or you listen to people talk about whatever. You can send tells to anybody you want, which is part of, I guess, the liability of having a chat system like this. You know, some of these high-level players might get bombarded with tells from people like me asking them for their replays. So you know I can't wait for this. This chat thing, because I am going to be able to bug all of you really good team players and to tell you to send me your replays. And so the chat thing is definitely going to be good for my channel, because I need more replays from more different people so I can mix it up for you guys, so you don't all know who's going to win and whatnot. Sorcery with a quick Marauder is going to be sitting out here. I don't know if he's going to try and just sort of scout to see if there's anything going on, but we know that actually ProTech getting some Marauders himself. I don't think I've actually even seen him go for Marauders yet on Terran. He always seems to go for that Mass Marine, and I did see him do Mass Reapers once. So it looks like he's definitely pumping out some Marauders, and SkyQ is doing the same thing. So there's going to be a ton of Marauders. SkyQ is actually going to mix in some Marines here, and Sorcery is mixing Marines as well with that. But so far, no action yet, which I'm totally surprised. Usually, I'm used to this super early aggression from these guys, but actually, we might actually see some bases actually getting built up. I think that I just said the word actually like 6 times, but hey, you know what? We're not all perfect. So the Observer is coming out for Sublime. He is the lone non-Terran in this matchup. And if he does get a bunch of Stalkers, that is going to be bad, because the Marines are going to totally own him. So, but he does only have 1 Stalker so far. We'll see what he is building right now. He is pumping out 2 more Stalkers, but that Immortal that's coming out right now from the robotics facility, which is being chrono boosted, is going to be very strong play against the Marauders, though there are some Marines mixed in here, as we saw for Sky. So no early aggression, no action going on. Both teams just macroing up. It gives me a chance maybe to talk about this base for a little bit. You can see these Xel'Naga watchtowers are just so awesome to have on this base because you can see everything that's going on across the middle of the map. And there is a route though through either side. The main route through the middle is very close, connecting the bases, but there are ramps around the side, so you can sneak units like this SCV. Probably going to just check out that watchtower. You see this pylon, proxy pylon from Sublime, going to allow him to reinforce his army very quickly. The Stalkers won't be that effective against the Marauders, but he does have one Immortal out to try and ward back some of those Marauders for ProTech and for SkyQ. And here we go. It looks like Sorcery with the Observer to get the vision up top. They're going to press this base. ProTech has a pretty nice position here, stimming up with the Marauders, focusing down these Stalkers. Needs to get rid of that Immortal. Is just tearing up those Marauders. Finally, the Immortal goes down. And now SkyQ with his own ground army of mostly Marauders is going to help clean that up. So very well done there by ProTech and Sky. There was no tricks to that battle. It was just who had more units, and the fact that Sublime and Sorcery had to run across the entire map allowed SkyQ and ProTech a little bit of extra time to get those units out, and now they are in trouble because, as you just saw right there, Sublime was trying to expand during that attack but canceling it, realizing how much trouble he's about to be in. And Sorcery, though, is not canceling his expansion. It is probably going to go up, and that might be bad because they might be able to take that out, but actually ProTech and Sky are going to press Sorcery's base. All the SCVs are coming off. Maybe, I don't know what those SCVs are going to be able to do. They're going to start running away as the Marines and Marauders are stimmed up and run right into the base of Sorcery, but these Marauders are fairly low on life, so will they be able to hold off this attack? Sublime now with some Zealots, and those Marauders, as you see ProTech microing his Marauder back with his slow, but there are too many Zealots there now, though they're turning back without killing that Marine. But SkyQ moving his units back down now to engage those reinforcements. That Marauder there's trying to kill the Immortal, excuse me, is trying to kill the Marauders, but it goes down quickly. And now so much damage being done. Look at all the SCVs are off to try and protect these units in the back nicely. It's just that all these SCVs now are going down. And this is, it looks like ProTech and Sky actually are able to kill all those SCVs and all of Sorcery's army in the back. So they are pressing right now. Sorcery has this base. Probably was a bad idea to go ahead and grab that base when that attack failed so miserably. But now Sublime is just trying to keep his teammate in the game by pumping out these Immortals. And finally, they fight off that attack, but the damage has been done. I think you saw that initial attack by Sublime and Sorcery was easily warded back by ProTech and SkyQ with their mass of Marines and Marauders. And then after that, with the counter attack, they were able to kill so many of Sorcery's SCVs there. And Sorcery and Sublime are not out of this game by any means, but they are definitely at a disadvantage right now. As you see ProTech occupying this Xel'Naga watchtower, now leaving one Marine there to make sure no shenanigans go on. It looks like Sublime actually decided to switch and try and take a sneak expansion over here. These expansions, because it's not your natural tendency to scout down here this early for an expansion. But I personally on this map, Monlyth Ridge, have had a lot of trouble holding an expansion down here sometimes. Continually having, like, it depends on the matchup, because actually against Zerg it's a pain to hold that because the Mutalisks have such high mobility and are so annoying to try and, if you don't have any air units yourself, to try and send units back over here to ward the Mutalisks away, and then you run them back. And so anyway, it looks like SkyQ and ProTech are going to try and finish this here. They're going to try and press the front. There are two Immortals out here, but those Immortals are getting picked off quickly by the Marines, and both groups are stimming up, but there is just too large of a force right now from Sky and ProTech, and it looks like they're just going to run right in here. The stim wearing off this command center is going to lift off. All these SCVs are going to die, including that mule, are all going to go down, and probably they're going to run into Sorcery's base. No, it looks like actually they're going to attack the Protoss base, Sublime, who has practically nothing back here except a couple of sentries just to delay the inevitable. And now it looks like they actually did scout this down here. I'm not sure how he scouted that. Actually, I want to check ProTech's cam, and maybe he just suspected that. I don't know how he scouted that. So very interesting there. Maybe he just assumed that since there was no expansion there, that there was probably one down here. And now he's going to come down and clean up that base while Sky watches the front, and actually he's going to now press the front of Sublime's base, and he has so many Marines and Marauders that these Zealots are not going to be able to do much. The sentry's going down in the back as well, and now Sky is just going to run in here and taking out all the production buildings from Sublime. We see Sorcery's got his group of Marines here. He's going to try and ward this attack off, but there's so many units right now from Sky that it looks like this is not going to happen, though. Some poor positioning from Sky, actually getting some units caught out of position, but there's so that even a better concave here, and these Marauders are so much more durable. There's so many of them, so much more durable than these Marines. The Marines are going to go down, and now with ProTech's army coming up into Sorcery's base, it looks like that is going to be it. So another pretty good game here between ProTech and SkyQ against Sublime and Sorcery. So thank you guys for watching. This is Irie StarCraft, and peace out.